Okay, so hopefully I have got the MK3 Guardian Riot Helmet working. So how did I do it? Well, I took out the interior liner. So the interior liner has this on it basically when it's taped on, and that's your kind of foam inner padding. So I took that off to make it a bit more, give it a bit more room. Notice it's very powdery in there. This is made of like, can't remember the exact name for it, but it's some sort of, what they put in crash helmets basically. It's kind of like an injection moulded sort of foamy, sort of styrofoam thing. So what I did is I tried cutting it with a knife to start with, and that wasn't very even. So I got a sander, and I took the cover off, and then I went all around the outside several times with a sander. At the sides of the head where my temples stick out, I obviously sanded it down a bit more, and then I sanded it down, you know, all around, roughly evenly. So hopefully this now fits me properly. And yeah, it's still a bit tight, but that's much better than it was. The issue, you can see when I do that with my jaw, my temples push it up. But the issue with this was basically that, you know, this was basically, it was meant to be 57 centimetres, it is not. I guess it was something like 52 centimetres or something. So having shaved the load down, it now fits me a lot better. It's still not perfect, but you know, I could have spent another 20 minutes or something of the sander just evenly going around and around and around. If I want to, I guess I can do that again, because I'm not in any rush to glue back on the inner foam bit that's meant to make it more comfortable, because again, it's going to make it bulkier. So, if you're interested, these helmets look like this on the inside. You can actually see the Kevlar in them, all around there. So basically, these helmets, as far as I can guess, they're basically all one size bulky helmet, or they only make the helmet in a couple of sizes. Then they just put the liner in, and then they, you know, reduce the size of the liner to, you know, make the liner thicker, if you like, to accommodate smaller heads. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this back in. I'll stop the video to put it in, because the annoying thing is obviously getting it to sort of fit in is not going to be a straightforward task, especially I'm going to need both hands and try and do it on frame. So I'll cut back with the liner back in the helmet. So as you can see, the liner is basically now sat fairly snugly in there. It doesn't need anything in there to really glue it in, because it's sort of held in just via friction. So now if we get the straps out of the way, I should be able to get this helmet on. And oh, it sort of fits me now, isn't that a surprise? So what I'm going to do now is get this chin strap done up. Again, this might still require some more modifications. Yeah, because that strap is way more to one side than it is the other side. So what I'm going to have to do is put a bit more of the stretch on the strap. And then I'll pull it that way, that's it. I've never liked the straps in these Riot helmets. I wish they were adjustable on both sides, but there we go. So my head at least now goes to the top of the helmet, although it does tend to want to fall forwards for some reason. I guess it's just weight. So there we go, my head is on there. That's also why, because there's these little bits that pull out that there, so maybe I will need to tighten this again now. This is typical, isn't it? At least it's easy to sort of tighten these by the look of it. It's just a case of pulling one bit that way. So I'll need to put this here. But yeah, as I've said in my other video, if you get one of these MK3 helmets, buy it in a way bigger size than you need, because they're not sized right at all. And like I said, it's not the fault of the person who sold it me, because the inside of the helmet in several places on printed text said it was a 57 centimetre model one, but it's definitely not. So okay, I can now tighten that a bit while this is on my head, it seems. And pop that down. Okay, that's still too loose, this strap, but we'll worry about that later. So the helmet actually sits on my head properly now, and it's comfortable enough. Just so that strap is very irritating where it's constantly doing that. Right, hopefully that is now tight. So put the visor back down, and yeah, so the MK3 helmet compared to the sort of Argus Mk1 helmet, I think it's called, I've got, much sort of bulkier head bit. The inside liner seems to be much stronger. You've got like this plastic and rubber reinforced visor to obviously, you know, make it harder for acids or like petrol to be thrown inside the helmet. You've got like these much, you know, more stronger, I guess you call it, bulkier metal sort of clips for the helmet rather than the plastic ones on the Mk1 helmet. And you've got this kind of curved visor on these rather than it being just, you know, like a straight bit of helmet. So the other big thing I like about this helmet is if you look around the edge of the helmet, the actual sort of material here is much stronger, it seems. So what you're all going to want to see now, because it's my channel, is will it fit with a couple of different gas masks. So I'm going to try it with the Israeli M15, because all the valves and everything are at the bottom of the mask, although that has bulky straps, so maybe they'll get in the way, we will see. And then what I will try it with, because I know it will work for definite with a GP5 or something like that, because they work with every helmet, being helmet masks. What I'm going to try with it is an Avon CT12, because the police use FM12, so that should, you know, be the right sort of size for the helmet if they indeed use them helmets. But I've never seen the UK police wear gas masks with helmets, I think mostly for the reason that, I think mostly for the reason that they've only officially used CS in riots once. If they use CS normally, it's in like a handheld pepper spray thing. So, let's get this off, and let's see if it will fit with an Israeli M15. I mean, the strap won't do up, that's standard. Right, that's this on. So now for the helmet. If it will go over the straps, then it will work. If not, it won't. Just get those out the way. Right, I think that's on. So, as I said, I'm not going to be able to get the chin strap done up, but... Yep, you've got this helmet on with the Israeli M15. Obviously there's a bit of play with the helmet, but I don't think you're going to actually have the helmet really fall off your head, so that should actually protect you fairly well. So yep, with the Israeli M15 it works, you know, well enough. Not perfect by any means, but you know, it certainly works. So here is my favourite mask, the Avon CT12. The police use the Avon FM12 variant. Or, you know, the original mask, the CT12, is a variant of the FM12. So this should be the right shape to work with a police riot helmet in the UK if ever there was one. So let's get this on. Right, okay, the masks are on. So now, let's try the helmet. And hopefully it will work. Now, as said, this definitely isn't going to do up the strap. I mean, I think you could probably do the strap up if you, you know, made it much looser, but she might still go on. Right, that's on there, but that's not comfortable because it's obviously digging into my neck. If you wanted the strap more comfortable, you'd have to, probably take the chin guard off and, like, fully extend it and then, you know, get it across that bit of the mask and then do it, but does the visor go down? Weirdly not. So that's a problem. Because on lots of these riot masks, the visor is designed so it will actually fit around the mask filter that's on the side. Or that you can at least get it down far enough that it will, but not on this one. It will only go to there, look. Even if you do that, you know, that's not really perfect. I suppose it's better than nothing. It's still going to cover most of your face, but an impact could still come in and hit you there. You know, all the sides. So, yeah. The Israeli M15 definitely works better, so the police did not design the helmets to work with their issue respirators. It seems you will need a front-loading or bottom-loading filter to actually, you know, keep it away from the visor itself. But there you go, hopefully you found this video helpful, and a big thank you to everybody on Patreon who, you know, gives me donations because this is what I bought with it. You know, I'm now happy to report that I can actually use this helmet properly. What I might try doing now actually is putting that foam bottom liner in and just seeing what it's like with that, because I took that out originally because the helmet was too tight, but that wasn't the only thing contributing to the tightness problem. So let me just see if the helmet's wearable like that, and then we will cut back. Okay, that bottom liner is in there now around the neck area, so let's see if this still goes on comfortably. Yeah, not too bad. I suppose it keeps my head a bit more snug, but I don't know how much I like having, like, foam, you know, compressed really tightly around my neck area, but it's there, I suppose. So yeah, this still works as it is. Certainly a lot better now. I've massively, you know, shaved down this liner on the inside that was obviously too tight for the advertised size, but, you know, like Tumbo said, it might have been the late shift on a Friday or something, and they thought that'll do. I don't know. But anyway, the Guardian Mark III helmet, if you get one in your size, it's fairly good. As I said, it still has that typical police issue sort of thing of, and lots of military equipment has the same issue where it doesn't work with all the equipment it should really work with, but it's good enough. Compared to my older helmet, it still has pros and cons. You know, the Argus helmet, the visor on this I still think is quite long. Now, I can get why they're doing this. The visor is obviously designed to be longer. This is not as stable either on your head, actually, as that other one is. The visor is obviously designed to be longer so it protects your neck from being like slashed or something like that, so it works with more types of body armour. But that also lowers head mobility, whereas if you have that older helmet, you can look around easier and everything like that. I think the inside very basic liner on this one, although it would probably offer less head protection, again, is better in a sense. So there's not a clear winner with this, unfortunately. The Mark III helmet is a step up in lots and lots of ways, but it's also a step back in some others. And I guess some of those depends on what the police probably wanted from the helmet. And so, what I want from a helmet is probably closer to the Mark I. What the police wanted is closer to the Mark III. As I said in the previous video, if you compare the visor length, you can easily see how this one has a much taller visor. It's a big difference in visor length. But there you go, the Mark III helmet is certainly not bad. It's much better now I've shaved the inside off to fit me. Shame it doesn't fit the CT12 really, but it is a good helmet. And of course, if you took the liner out like I did, there's nothing stopping you, I guess, making your own custom liner or something and putting it in. Weapon Collector suggested, which is kind of a good idea, if you could get some really flexible Kevlar pads, actually just putting a load of Kevlar pads on the inside, and using them as a liner. So you've actually made the helmet bulletproof against pistols by putting Kevlar panels on the inside to act as a liner, so that's an interesting idea. Depends really if you want to be hit with it or shot with the helmet on. But as I said, it's a shame that it's hard in the UK at least to find sort of Kevlar 3A military helmets that also have decent face visors on them. But there we go, Guardian Mark III Riot Helmet. Yeah, it's alright. If you're getting one for £30 or whatever, it's certainly not a bad price for one. But as said, probably buy one in a much bigger size than you need, because you could always stick more padding in it if you wanted to. But it is a bit annoying with these that, like with my one, it was meant to be 57 centimetres and was probably something like 52 centimetres on the inside. Because once I took the liner out, I was getting a load of people to try it on. Not a single person I gave it to could get it to comfortably fit them. So there we go. At some stage I might, shave a little bit more off and then glue that, line a bit back on, or sellotape that line a bit back on. But at the moment it's comfortable enough, I guess, and it doesn't get in the way of my ears now, so that's good. So thanks again to my Patreon supporters. This is what your donations recently have gone towards, and I'll see you on the next video.